So this is a story of a mermaid on the River Tyne. And the story is called Morforwyn. And Morforwyn was the name of the mermaid. And it's a story really about a boy called Bryn, who was a fisherman. His father was a fisherman, his brothers were fishermen. They were all a family of fishermen, and they all lived on the side of the Tyne. And every day they would go out fishing on their boats down the river to the sea. And Bryn used to sometimes go out on his own. He was the youngest brother, and he used to like to go down the river on his own sometimes. He was a bit shy. Are you shy? No. Some people are shy though, aren't they? And they don't know what to say when they meet new people. And he was a bit like that. Bryn was a bit like that. And his brothers used to make a bit of fun of him because he never had a girlfriend. And so when they used to go out, they used to go to a towpath in the town or something, and they'd say, "Come on, Bryn, are you coming?" And he'd say, "No, I'm going to take my boat out down the river." He used to say, "Oh, come on, come with us, you might meet some nice people." And he'd say, "No, I'll go on my own. I like going down the river on my own." And they'd laugh at him and they'd say, "Huh, you're frightened of meeting people, you're scared of meeting girls." And he'd say, "No, I'm not. No, I just like going down the river." Anyway, one evening they'd all gone off to a dance, and he decided he would sail down the river. And he was just down, you see how heavy those trees are over there? You see how thick they are by the river? Well, this tree was right hanging over the river. It was a great big branch that was hanging over the river, full of leaves and green. Yes, sit down. Hanging right down over the river. And he could hear a voice going, "Help! Help!" And he saw that there was all this long fair hair in the branches of the tree. And so he rowed as fast as he could up to the tree, and he started to descend. He got out of the boat onto the shore inside and climbed up the tree and started to disentangle the hair from the branches and the leaves. And he thought, "Oh, she's not got any clothes on. I won't look." And in the end, when he disentangled it, she sank back into the water. Oh, he jumped back into his boat and started to row away. And she swam along beside him. And she said, "Oh, thank you for rescuing me. What is your name?" And he said, "My name's Bryn. What's your name?" And she said, "Morforwyn." Isn't that a lovely name? Morforwyn. Morforwyn. Oh, and she was so beautiful. And she swam away and said, "I'm going home now." And she swam on down the estuary. And he thought, "I wonder where she lives." Because there's not many places that way, you know. I mean, there's Poppet that way, and there's Goobert on the other side, but there's not very many places. So he thought, "I wonder where she lives." And then he went home. And when his brothers came home from the towpath, all laughing and joking and saying, "Oh, we've had a great time. What happened to you then tonight?" And he said, "Well, you won't guess. When I was out on the river, there was a girl and she was trapped. She was swimming and she was trapped in a tree, and I rescued her, and she's just lovely. And when she went away, she said, 'Goodbye, Bryn, I'll see you again.' So he said, 'I'm going to go out on the river and see her again.' And they said, 'Oh, yeah. Where does she live?' He said, 'I don't know. She swam off down the river.' Swam off. Well, where does she live down the river? Does she live at Goobert? Does she live at Poppy? Where does she live?" Well, she didn't say. She just said, "I live down there." And oh, she's just lovely. And did she say her name? Said the brothers. Yeah, she said her name is Morforwyn. Well, they started laughing. They couldn't stop laughing. "What are you laughing at?" said. She said her name was Morforwyn. Well, yes, she did. Do you know what Morforwyn means? No. Well, it means mermaid. So she told you that she was a mermaid. She's pulling your leg. You'll never see her again. You stupid thing. She's just having you on. She can't be a mermaid. What a load of rubbish. And they laughed at him and made fun of him. And Bryn was so upset. He didn't know what to do. So anyway, he decided he'd go back out on the river again and see if he might bump into her. Because, you know, the second time that you see someone, you can find out a bit more about them, can't you? So maybe maybe she wasn't, but he was going to find out. So he went over there on his boat, and sure enough, she swam up beside the boat.
I haven't.
And he said to her, you know you told me your name was Morforwyn? She said, yes. And he said, are you a mermaid? And she said, of course I am. And he said, prove it then. So she jumped into the boat. And she had no legs, but just this great fish tail. She was very beautiful and he was terribly upset. And he said, well, you can't be my girlfriend, can you? You can't be my girlfriend if you're a mermaid. Well, no, she said. If I want to be your girlfriend, I have to have Neptune's permission. Because Neptune is the king of the sea. I'll ask him. Oh, do ask him, please ask him, Bryn said. Because I want to marry you, I want to live with you forever and ever. So Morforwyn dipped back into the water and swam out to sea. The next time she came up and clambered into the boat and she said, pull into the little shore where you rescued me. And she lay down on the beach with him and closed her eyes and said, Neptune knows I want to be with you. And the next minute there was a great big wave and it washed right over them as they lay there on the little beach. And when he turned to look, guess what had happened to her? She had legs, but she had something else as well.